Right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the channel again for another episode. We are at Harborne, as you can probably tell from the surroundings. You would have seen from one of the episodes, all the garage has now gone. Nice and tidy. See all the garden now, lovely. We've been moving stuff around and getting fire doors in from delivery I've just collected, getting all the tools in, getting set up to fit doors, getting ready for the kitchen. So today's plan is as follows. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
So as you can see, we've just got all the stuff that we got here that you won in this last episode, which is stuff from out of there that we've sorted and from under the tarpaulin over there. That's all now other side that wall. Got my MFT table in, ready to start messing with skirts and things, and I've got to get my chops on later. But first of all, we're going to be fitting doors. So got my old door stands there. Got my rotor jigging, got my rotor extractor all ready to go. Doors are over there and there. Michael is going to be in here first off, looking at these boxings, putting this boxing around there. And then we're going to be cladding those in MDF. Then what we're going to be doing is, if you remember from previous episodes, we had to pick this door up, of course, because of the lie of the land, because they didn't want it taking down to the same. So we picked this up, hence we're going to put a step there now because we've got quite a height issue there in terms of a big step up. So we're going to put an MDF window board step there for them, and that suits them rather than having the having to dig down outside when they have the patio to get to the same level. It would have been a lot of dirt to shift because the ground does come up quite dramatically there. So that's why we've done that. So here's all the gear then out the way. We are due the kitchen delivery tomorrow morning, so we can try getting rid of all this now, and the kitchen come and can go there. Hopefully get rid of them all today. If we don't, we'll just move them and kitchen can go there. Not a problem, and we'll just crack on. Right then, let's get some work done then. Right, got all my tools set up then finally. Just setting my hinge jig up now with this type of hinge you can just see, which is a 4-inch butt hinge. We're using the packer for this type of hinge jig. I think this is the hinge jig type A, I believe, and there is a type C as well. But I've done a video on it anyway, and that's actually already on the channel where I actually went through the A and C and why this, I believe the C's better, and it's on the screen now if you want to take a look at that. That's worth a look. But I do keep meaning to buy myself one, but with this one you have to use the packer, put it in there, put the hinge in. So I'll set the camera up now. I'll do one of these doors and then one of these frames. I'll put the hinge on, and then that's one of them done. The only difference with this door in the kitchen, on this frame here, they're putting what's called the back flap hinge on, which allows you to fold your door all the way back to the wall. And if you look at this now, this is a difference in the size. Now you have to forgive me because I'm trying to voice over this once I've done it, because the sound quality was horrendous, but I'm just sort of showing the difference in the size now. And this is why with this one, it allows you to fold your door all the way back to the wall. You'll have to wait until see it's on, but it sticks out a lot more than this hinge, as you can see. That's a standard one, whereas this one sticks out, probably about this much, about 8-10 mil, something like that, further than a standard one. But I'll show you that later on anyway, once I've got it swinging. But like I say, my apologies for the bit of a voiceover, and it's a bit disjointed. I'm trying to follow my own video and talk over it as I go. So I'll stop this now. I'll use this packer, put this hinge in there, get it all set, and then we'll crack on. Meanwhile, Mick's been in here and he's doing the boxing around these pipes, and there's a unit going there. It's only a 145 depth, so it's a bit of a finger basin, so it's quite good really. So we'll set all that out, and it's a bit of an MDF box in there to cover all the pipes and everything in. Mick's really happy about it. I'm sure he's enjoying himself. We'll crack on with this and we'll see how we get on.
Right then, so stop filming because I don't know if I'd mention it, but I hate doors. God, I hate them. Don't know why, I just got a passion not for them. So this is fitted now, back flap hinges on there. So this, like I said, that folds all the way back to the wall, which is quite nice. And that's all in there like that. Nice little gap. I haven't put my planted stops on just yet. I'll do that in a bit because at the minute Mick's in and out of here, so I thought I might as well crack on. So he's done that, lovely. Done the box in there, ready for a unit there, and set it off the floor so it doesn't wick any damp because we know there's no DPM in this floor, other than our bit that we did, obviously. And then I've swung this one, so this is on as well. Again, not put the planted stops on yet. I've just left the ones that are temporary screwed on, which I should just flip over. And there's only a tiny dot there. Look, I'll just put a pin in and fill them. So this is ready to go. I'll tell you what though, how annoying is this? 2 stickers, one this end, one that end. Can't get them off. Pain in the backside. Why do they do that? Why? Tell me. Tell me why. I don't know. Anyway, so what I'm on to next is existing frames. Because we've got a loft conversion upstairs, what we have to do is change the internal doors, which is this one here, glazed, to fire doors. Luckily for me, because it's normally a pain in the backside, is they only got planted stops on, which is ace. So all I've done is I popped them off. I bought some more thicker timber to put back on. And also, another bonus is I've got to spin the hinge side from there onto this side. So I've got a nice, sort of almost like a blank canvas there to route my new hinges in. So I've got this one to do, and I've got that one to do there as well. Oh, get me finger in the right way. There as well, which is the lounge. So let's have some fun with that. This is a bit of a stake, this frame, so that's going to be fun, isn't it? Cutting and carving, parallelogram time for me. Lovely. I just thought I'd update you a little bit. I haven't put the handles on yet. I've got them all swinging. This one, existing frames. I've had to take the slamming strips off this one because it was 30 mil. So I've took them off to allow me to get my door nice and flush. And then because this frame leg is out that much, I've then had to pull this top in to get it over. So this door's on. This door is on here now, which is the back door. That's all on. Done. And then the 2 pain in the backside doors again are this one, which I've had to hinge the opposite side, which is on. This one and this one are the ones that have got to have the intermittent strip put all the way around because of the loft upstairs. Existing, got our fire doors on, so intermittents. Luckily for me, I've already explained this anyway, I think, these could come off. Less I've had to try and rebate or use you can actually get internal door size fire doors, so 35 mil. A lot more expensive, but it saves you having to rebate frames. But say, luckily for me, I could put these on. That's all good then. Right, while I've been doing that, Michael has been doing cutting all the skirting to length for me and numbering it. So you'll sort of see, as we go along, you'll see numbers written on walls, like down there, look. And then I'll pick up the number from here when we start, and then off we go. They're just sort of rough cut for me. Michael's just starting to put the lengths in skirts in there, and we'll put that step in there now as well. And I'll start going round in one hit now and start drilling the holes for my handles and my latches and start working my way around again. So that's it then. Sorry I haven't showed you about the doors, but it's just, yeah, I don't feel like I could show you and be excited about it, if I'm honest. There's a lot of channels out there that show putting doors on and be a lot more enthusiastic than me about it. However, coming up next, we have got things like starting the kitchen, and then we'll do a skirt and architraves and that as well. But I'm not doing a skirt and architraves video because there is one already on the channel with the loft. If you want to see that, it's on the screen now. Kitchen, I will show this one because this is a wren kitchen. Never done a wren kitchen before. So I'll show you it and see what I think about it. Right then, let's crack on with something else. So I've finished all the door furniture. They've had a very nice matte black to go with the outdoors on there, including the this nice bathroom lock as well. That's all fitted. So all I've got to do now when I get the saw out to do the skirts and arcs is put the slamming strips back on, put the new ones back on here, put the new ones on there and the lounge door. And so these doors are all done as well. That's all finished. So what I'll do now is I'll get my stuff together and we'll get things out the way, ready to start the kitchen. So we'll leave this episode here for now then. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, but if it's regarding doors, I'll leave that one. They're just not my favourite thing to do. I don't get much joy from them. I don't know why, I never have, but they all look nice and yeah. They'll really lift the place when you've got an extension, new doors. And my apologies for not sort of showing you how I do them, but it's one of them things, isn't it? Something to look forward to though. Next episode, we'll start looking at the kitchen and the utility. I'm currently in the utility, in here at the moment, so we're quite a bit. We're going to do this in here first, and then what we'll do then is we'll then move the washer, dryer and sink into here, because they'll be fixed permanently then. And then what that gives us then is it gives the customer the reign of the utility, and plus they can carry on with their normal day-to-day using the sink, washing and drying, etc. And I can be working in the kitchen out of their way, pretty much close the door, and that's me locked away then to the kitchen. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.